afternoon, everyone. Today my topic is, if I had a time machine. Wawi Kazawi, it'd be a dream come true if I had a time machine. Where do I start? Where do I begin? My power is endless. Well, if that were true, then I would hold a press conference and tell everyone I did something that's all of the scientists can't do. I believe all of you would admire and envy me at the same time. And then I would use my time machine to escape from you. Wahahaha! First stop, I would go back 73 years ago to a February 28th incident. This is important to Taiwanese history. I would stop this incident. This way, history would remember my name, and everyone would know me. Aha! But before they can catch me, the second stop I would go is summer vacation 3 years ago to stop myself from overeating because my fatty figure was created then, and I really regret it. What's more, obesity isn't good for my health. I'm going to look so good. The last stop I would go is to school to memorize all the answers for my test and then take it again. This way, I would become smartest in my whole school, and my mother would be so proud of me. See, A+. With this time machine, I would give myself a special name, the Time Guy. From now on, I would appear and disappear in mysterious ways, and no one will catch me. I wouldn't let anyone use it, because it's very precious. Well, I would consider creating a company. Everyone could use my time machine with $1 million. After I become a rich person, I will close down the company. I know I sound greedy, but wait! Finally, I will use all the money I earn and buy my family many things so that they can feel happy. Thanks for listening.
Hello everyone, I'm number 2. Today my topic is, what makes you unique? Some people think appearances make them unique. Some people think outfit make them unique. But for me, confidence makes me unique. Why do I think confidence makes me unique? My ballet teacher taught me, your form when you dance doesn't look good. You need to show your confidence to stand out in the crowd. Then you will be the shining star. Simply put, you just lack confidence. If you don't have confidence, it will make you look powerless. So, from that day on, I started to learn how to show my confidence. I figured it out. I changed. I stopped worrying about what others think of me. I learned to listen to my own opinion. I became like a bottle of cold water, caught in hot water. although it's all water. But I'm the most unique. When a group of people stand on arena, I exude confidence to become the most unique focus of the whole audience. So, if you ask me, what makes you unique? I will say, confidence makes me unique. If you ask me, who do you want to be? I will say, I want to be the kind of person who is seen at a glance in the crowd. So now, tell me, what makes you unique? Thank you, everyone.
Hello everyone. Today my topic is what makes a good leader. Imagine this, there are two students who want to be class leaders. This is Owen. Hey, be quiet everyone, listen to me. This is Leo. Okay everyone, follow my lead. We can finish this project in 3 days. Who do you think is a better leader, Owen or Leo? Well, leadership is hard. No one is born to be a good leader, but people can learn from the past and improve their skills. And I think there are 3 essential things that make a good leader. First, a good leader must be a role model. You have to earn respect from your teammates or people you work with. Their trust is important. If you do not behave well or keep telling lies, you will find it's difficult to have everyone to do their part. For example, the former mayor of Kaohsiung City was recalled from the office because people did not believe him. Second, a good leader is good at communication. You cannot be afraid of public speaking. You need to use your speech to inspire people to do their best. And you need to listen to different ideas. Leaders have to be the helpers to make their followers help each other. After all, teamwork is the key to success. A great example is the head of CECC, Chen Shizhong. He showed his great communication skills in daily press conferences to help us stop a COVID-19 outbreak. Just look at how safe Taiwan is because of good communication. Finally, a good leader has the smart goals planning skill. I'm not talking about brand, I'm talking about specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound goals. That means goals we have a clear plan and action for. So, who do you think will be a better class leader? Owen or Leo? Anyone? Well, how about me? Everyone, can I please have your attention? I think we can all finish this project if we work together. I have a plan and I hope you can listen to it. I know it seems hard, but if we share the work, we can finish this in 2 days. Together, we can accomplish everything. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to World Top News. Our news today is how to use social media to change the world. The right message at the right time can start a movement that changes the world. And social media, such as Twitter, has the ability to change the world, which is not possible in the past. So, how can we change the world by using social media? One of the answers is hashtag movement. Hashtag is a type of label for content on social media. The amazing thing about hashtag is that it connects billions of people around the world focusing on a topic. One of the famous hashtag movement is Me Too. The phrase Me Too was first used by the activist Tarana Burke on the social media MySpace in 2006. She used it to fight against sexual abuse and sexual harassment. In the early October in 2017, the American former film producer Harvey Weinstein was accused of rape and sexual assault in the workplace. Later, American actress Alicia Milano posted on Twitter, "If all the women who have been sexually harassed or assaulted wrote Me Too." After that, millions of people started using the phrase and the hashtag to reveal the experience. Me Too movement reveals the worldwide problems of sexual harassment and sexual abuse by showing how many people have experienced these events themselves. Therefore, many countries such as India, France, and the US have discussed in the media about whether cultural norms need to be changed to solve the problems. As we can see, a small sign, hash, changes the word value about women. So, want to catch more eye on your topic? Hashtag it. Thank you for your watching. See you next time.
Hello everyone. Today my topic is what makes a good leader. For me, being a good leader isn't an easy thing because a good leader is just like a representative person in a group. A good leader can guide the team to the peak. However, she can also lead the whole team to hell. And who wants to go to hell? A leader has to be a sparkling star who wears a mysterious veil everyone can see clearly. I believe all of you here may be good leaders in many ways. Maybe you let someone to do things for you, or maybe you were once a class leader in your class. Whatever, what I want to say is, do you remember how you became a good leader? For me, being a good leader is about believing in yourself. This is so hard to do because people will tell you you cannot do it or you're not good enough. Even worse, you will tell yourself, I cannot do it. I ask you not to give up on yourself. As a leader, you should believe that you are smart and make a great decision. I would know. As a girl, many times people will say I'm not as good as boys. They will say I don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I want to believe them, but I always think of my idols, Blackpink. Can't you wait that do? They're powerful and confident girls who believe in themselves. So I believe in myself, even when I think it's impossible to make a right decision. I know I can ask my friends for help. A good leader is so confident. She knows she can listen to others for help too. Finally, all of you can be a wise and good leader if you stay positive, believe in yourself, and believe in others. Together, we can do anything. Thank you, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today my topic is if I had a time machine. If I had a time machine, I would like to go back to the past and enjoy those memories again. I want to go back to my childhood in Yunlin because then I could be with my grandparents every day. My grandma always cooked delicious food for me when I was little. When she was cooking, I would help her whenever I could. She taught me how to wash vegetables so that they would be cleaner. She always let me taste the food she cooked. One day, my grandpa cooked rice and marinated pork for my father, himself, and me. However, I was so drawn into the wonderful smell of the marinated pork that I ate all of it before anyone else could try some. My grandpa was very shocked, and we laughed about it together. Because of this, my grandpa had to cook our dinner again, but it was a great memory that my family and I still laugh about today. My grandpa always took me out to buy ice cream when I came home from school. I always chose soda flavor. I enjoy the memory of eating ice cream together, as he always smiled at me and we would laugh together a lot. However, I was a very naughty child. I often grabbed the TV remote from him and changed to different channels. Now that my grandpa is no longer around, I feel sorry that I didn't enjoy the time we spent together. I hope that by taking a time machine back to that time, I can see him again and enjoy my grandpa's company without my bad behavior. Because I don't have the time machine, I can't go back to the past. I can, however, look back on those times and remember the joy they brought me. All I can do is seize the moment and enjoy the present time with the family I have at my side. Thank you, everyone.
7号选手请上台，8号 afternoon, everyone. I'm number 7. Today, my topic is what makes me unique. When you see me, what do you think of me? A chubby boy with big round eyes, an 8th grade student with straight A's, or a normal kid who seems to speak English pretty well? Born and raised in Kinmen, I didn't study all the way here because of family issues. My mom and dad moved to Thailand when I was 11 years old. We decided to move in with a close friend of mom's. At that place, we opened up a food stand for living, selling fish soup and traditional Thailand dishes. Every day after school, I had to serve the customers, do the dishes, and come up with the new ideas for the menu. Life was simple, but it was a lot of fun. Moving to a new environment and helping with family business made me learn to be responsible of my own work and became more thoughtful for others. This makes me unique. But one day, everything changed. It was a normal day, and as usual, I was doing my homework in my bedroom. Suddenly, I heard a huge sound of glasses crashing. I was scared to death. I rushed downstairs to see what happened and saw a surprising scene. My mom and her friend were having a serious fight. They both looked furious. All of a sudden, the man picked up a fan and threw it at the glass door of our lovely food stand. My mind went blank. This scene totally broke my heart. From that moment on, the peaceful life was gone. I realized that life could have a drastic change in a week. And all we could do is to deal with it. My mom and dad moved back to Kinmen again. And this time, we had no one to rely on. I learned to be independent. This makes me unique. To sum up, I would call myself a responsible, thoughtful, and independent person. My unique life experiences make me who I am today. And I am proud that I can share this with you here. Thank you.
Dear judges and all my friends, I'm number 8. Today, I would like to share with you what I would do if I had a time machine. In many movies, novels, and comics, we can easily find people's desire to travel through time. If I had a time machine, that would be awesome! What would be the first thing I would do if I had a time machine? I would travel to the past and experience the important events in history. For example, I would like to see how the imperial system worked in China, how people lived without light bulbs, and what Kinmen looked like in the past. Through these experiences of traveling to the past, I will learn the ways of ruling an empire and the development of a great invention. I also want to go back to my early childhood, which is the precious time when I didn't have to study or do my homework. I would like to remind myself of the happiness and the life when I could sleep, play, and eat freely without worries. That was the simple life I might have forgotten. With my superpower of time traveling, I think I would choose to be a history professor because I could get first-hand information of the past and even know the anecdotes of the historical figures. Here comes another hypothetical situation. If I had a time machine, would I travel to the future? Although appealing, my answer is no. Even though I could visit the future to see what would happen to the world and to myself, I would choose not to do so. Let's imagine if I use a time machine to learn how to save the world from COVID-19 pandemic. People might want me to tell them their destiny and to control their future. I may be a public figure and be surrounded by paparazzi every day. What if some people threatened my life to make them win a lottery? That would be horrible. In my opinion, life is fascinating because it is full of unknown challenges. Being imperfect can give us the opportunity to change for the better. I can learn from the past, but I want to cherish every moment I have right now and encourage myself to be better and better. I wish I could have a time machine so that I could take advantage of every moment in the past, learn from every detail in the history, and then confidently face the challenges I run into right now. Thank you for your time.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm number 9. Today, I would like to talk about what makes a good leader. The leader plays an important part in work and social life. During your lifespan, you may meet countless leaders, leaders in your school life, or the managers in your workplace. There must be at least 1 or 2 leaders that you are willing to be guiding to. There are also some remarkable leaders in history, such as Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, and Nelson Mandela, just to name a few. So, what kinds of traits do they share? What makes them be good leaders? A good leader must be able to inspire and motivate others whenever possible. According to Gary Ruckel, leadership is the process of influencing others to understand and agree about what needs to do, how to do it, and then accomplish shared goals. Mahatma Gandhi was an excellent example of a good leader. He was a firm believer in nonviolence. With his inspiration and motivation, he made the British leave India. Another must for being a good leader is ability to communicate and listen. Good communication will increase the rate of work. Also, as a leader, it is difficult to really know what your followers are thinking about, or what troubling them others you take the time to listen to them. Walt Disney, well known for creating more than 160 of our favorite games in our childhood, was a great example. By communicating the vision clearly, he and his team
produced the most beautiful and timeless innovations of our era. To sum up, a great leader is likely to be a confident, energetic, and optimistic person with outstanding communication skills. It is not the whole list of qualities. However, the mentioned one is essential and significant for being a good leader. This is the end of my speech. Thank you for your attention.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for my speech is, what makes a good leader? Leadership is a social process that enables individuals to work together to achieve results. There are different views about good leadership. Some say being a good leader has much to do with behavior, values, and personality. Others say a good leader can effectively inspire a common vision, enable others to act, and encourage the heart. In my opinion, a good leader must have self-awareness, empathy, and social skills. First, self-awareness. An effective leader knows their strengths, weaknesses, and potentiality. It helps you get better because you know how well you currently are doing. It helps you make the right decisions because you know your blind spots. It helps you do great work because you remember past mistakes. Whether you are a manager, a teacher, or a parent, in order to lead others, you need to be aware enough to lead yourself. Second, empathy. Empathy means being able to understand the needs of their followers' motivations, hopes, dreams, and problems, so that they can forge a deep personal connection with them. As a leader, that skill is important because you cannot effectively lead someone you don't understand. A good leader can inspire them to take actions beyond their capabilities, leading them in a direction that is compelling and inspiring. And empathy is the foundation of those actions. Last but not least, social skills. Leaders who have good social skills are good at managing challenges and resolving conflicts. They don't sit back and make everyone else do the work. Instead, they set an example with their own behavior. According to the research of Harvard University, the recent studies also clearly shows that good social skills are crucial to make a good leader. Now that you have developed a concept of what it takes to be a good leader, you can put those ideas into practice. Working to implement these principles of good leadership will set you on your way to becoming a good leader of tomorrow. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, my topic is, if I had a time machine. What would you do if you had the chance to travel through time? Would you do something to make your life different? Or maybe do something advanced to prevent bad things from happening? If I had that chance, I would like to do two things. First, to see Kobe Bryant when he was still alive. And second, to visit the future. Kobe Bryant is a true legend who made a remarkable legacy in the world of basketball. He won 5 NBA championships and became one of the greatest basketball players. If I got one pass to travel back in time, I would visit him, appreciate his contributions, and ask him how to grow taller just like him. Also, I would invite him to play basketball with me and teach me some useful basketball skills, so my skills would improve and become just as good as his. After meeting Kobe, I would travel to get to 2 significant periods. As we all know, the COVID-19 has been torturing the world, and the greenhouse gases are destroying our environment. Therefore, the world is weeping in agony, and I inasmuch as I want to save the world. Evidently, everyone around the globe is suffering from the pandemic, and a lot of people are dying. If I had a time machine, I would travel into the future and find out more solutions for COVID-19. With them, I could make the society more stable and help save people from losing lives. Likewise, I would travel into the future and look out for another destructive global issues. Specifically, I want to see whether we have done enough to reduce the emissions of carbon dioxide. I want to see them ahead of time, so I could warn the entire humanity of serious circumstances that could prevent horrible things from happening. We only have a single earth to save and protect. We ought to do our part to preserve it. As the saying goes, prevention is better than cure. How about you? Do you want to have a time machine? If you do, what would you use it for? Thank you for your time.
Dear judges, ladies and gentlemen, today my topic is, if I had a time machine. There is a saying that goes like this: an inch of time is an inch of gold, but you can't buy an inch of time with an inch of gold. When we are young, we don't understand the values of time. Even though we regret the wasted time, the time will never return. But what if we could travel to the past and to the future at will? What if we had a way to change things we couldn't before and things we want to in the future? If I had a time machine, what would I use it for? First, I would go back to the time when I was still in the elementary school. The famous poetry, 长歌行, says, if you don't work hard when you are young, you will only be sad when you're old. Therefore, I want to go back to the time when I was little to study harder, stop being lazy, and stop doing the stupid things I had done before. Instead, I would go to bed early and wouldn't spend too much time playing marble games like Arenas of Valor and Speed Drifters. I would seize every chance to learn everything and to enrich my knowledge. Second, if I had a time machine, I will travel to the future to see what kind of person I will become. I'm so curious about my job, the place I live, and how I look. Who will be my wife? How many kids will I have? Have I fulfilled my dreams? What's more, if I could visit the future me, I would talk to my future self to see what he thinks about me. That would be super cool. If I had a time machine, I could do a lot more things than usual. That would be very exciting. But I think if we know how to use our time wisely and never put off until tomorrow what we can do today. To be a time master, we don't even need a time machine. Am I right? Thank you.
That is, it's over. The historic 2020 NBA championship belongs to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers conquered the bubble, and banner number 17 will show head in the Staples Center. Honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Yes, it is LeBron James who shows his amazing leadership I admire the most. I think there are three abilities that make LeBron James a good leader. First, he has the ability to make everyone around him better. LeBron James won his championship rings in 3 different teams, including Miami Heat, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Los Angeles Lakers. He not only inspires his teammates to play hard, but sacrifice to cooperate with others, so that they can conquer all the challenges on the way to be the champions. Second, he has the ability to take on challenges to do something great. LeBron James adapts himself to changing circumstances. Change is a constant in business, sport, and life itself. For James, that has meant focusing on passing, rebounding, and defending, as well as putting points on the board. Last but not least, LeBron James is not complete without the ability to keep learning. As one of the most gifted basketball players of all time, he continually works on improving his skills so as to meet his title, King James. As aforementioned, with the ability to make everyone around him better, the ability to take on challenges to do something great, as well as the ability to keep learning. LeBron James makes himself a legend and a good leader. Thank you.
Good afternoon, teachers and students. Today, I would like to talk about what makes a good leader. One important factor of success for every society is good leadership. But what does it take to be a good leader? As Douglas MacArthur says, a good leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. Today, let me share with you 2 remarkable leaders with 2 necessary traits: determination and generosity. Since January this year, Donald Trump, President of the United States, has discovered the outbreak of coronavirus in China, an opponent in trade. While it was urgent for him to maintain relationship with China, he must keep his fellow Americans safe. He finally chose to ban the airlines from China, which made him criticized by the mainstream media, calling him a racist and xenophobe. However, his decision has been proven right all along. Just like Trump, an excellent leader must be determined. He must own a strong will to stand by his decisions. If a leader cannot be decisive, his institution may lose its direction to the future. Another admirable leader is Bill Gates, the former CEO of Microsoft, earning billions of US dollars each year. As a generous person, he donates majority of his wealth to charities fighting against the pandemic around the world. He also shares his money with the employees who have helped him along the way. Thus, a good leader must always learn to pay love forward selflessly by being generous and grateful with everyone. He must treat them with hospitality and sincerity. He should regard success as the effort of all to win their heart and to influence them to work for the mutual benefit of the institution. To sum up, a good leader should be determined, even if it earns him insulting criticisms, and should likewise be generous, even if it means giving away what he has rightfully earned. May we all become the best leaders, both within us and among us. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm number 15. My topic for today is, what fictional world would you live in and why? I would like to tell you about my fictional world. It's school, travel, and weather. First, about my school. In my fictional world, all the teachers are teenagers, because they can better understand my classmate and me. We can tell jokes, play games, and learning fun together. Everyone will very enjoy school time. Also, in my school, there are many math classes, because I like math. Right now, there are only 4 math classes a week in my real school. But in my fictional school, I plan to have 8 math classes a week. However, there are no science classes because science is boring to me. Next, I want to tell you the weather in my world. It snows every day because the temperature is -5 to -10. It is sunny every day, but not too hot. In Kinmen, it is not cold enough to start snowing, so I often dream of the white fluffy snow. I want to have a snowball fight with my friends and make my own snowman. Last, I want to tell you how to travel in my world. There are no borders, so people can go everywhere, since it is convenient to travel around. Traveling can be more fun and interesting. We can easily experience different cultures, food, and scenery in different countries. I will tell you about the school, the weather, and the traveling in my fictional world. And do you have any good ideas to make my world more fun? If I could make my dream come true, that would be wonderful. Thank you for your attention.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'd like to talk about what makes a good leader. One day, during summer vacation, my American friend, Lena, sent me a message on Messenger. I heard that Taiwanese government coped with COVID-19 quite well. She says, "Yes, everything is still normal here, We still go to school every day, I told her. I envy you, Anna says. In New York City, we take classes online. We cannot talk to our friends in person. So what exactly did Taiwanese government do? When she asked me this question, a figure popped up in my mind. His name is Chen Shizhong, the minister who led Taiwan to fight against COVID-19. He always acts decisively, thinks positively, and talks eloquently. And this is what makes him a great leader. When the first case of COVID-19 happened in China in February, Chen Shizhong ordered the border between Taiwan and China to close right away. Then he also asked all the newcomers to have a 14-day quarantine, and that allows the doctors to take immediate action if someone needs special care. Chen Shizhong believes in humanity because he thinks the key to controlling the pandemic is to build up trust among people. He keeps the privacy of those who get COVID-19, so people would be willing to go to a hospital for help. And that makes Taiwanese people have faith in each other. To set Taiwanese people mind at ease, Chen Shizhong shows up at the press conference to brief the situation of the pandemic in the nation daily. His clear and firm voice wins people's heart, and his responses to the press are persuasive and to the point. He uses his own figure and character to make you believe that he is a trustworthy man. So what makes a good leader? I think decisive action, positive thinking, and eloquent speech make one. I may not be a decisive person and an eloquent speaker, but I always think positively and have faith in people who work with me. Am I a good leader? I don't know. But when it's time for me to lead, I hope I could be like the minister Chen Shizhong, lead the team to success. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today my topic is what fictional world would you live in and why? Have you ever imagined that you could ride a broomstick in the sky? Or you can cast a spell on someone and turn him into a cheetah? Or you can turn yourself into someone else? After reading the Harry Potter series, I experienced the excitement, wonder, and fantasy of this fictional world. But I'm wondering what it would be like to live in this magical world. What kind of journey would it be like? In the novels, there are two parallel worlds, the Wizarding World and the Muggle World. The Muggle World is a place for non-magical humans, but the hidden magical world is where I want to be, filled with magical creatures and spells. If I live in this world, on September 1st, I will go to platform 9 3/4 to board the Hogwarts Express to attend school for the first time. There will be no more boring subjects. Bye-bye junior high. Hello, Hogwarts! I'll learn how to make potions, how to use transfiguration, and how to gain power to fight the evils. I do wish I could ride on a broomstick and fly high among eagles, dive deep with whales. No more human buses, scooters, or biking to get around. The amazing power I long for is magic. After waving the magic wand, I cast a spell, Animagi. A little mouse could be transformed into a matchbox. And if I master spells, doing housework will become a piece of cake. I could just say a shield and have everything appear in my hand. Life will be much easier. and I could have a group of good friends. We could fight the bad guys together and overcome difficulties, just like Harry and his friends. But to be honest, it would be impossible for these to become reality. But I really enjoy the imagination of fiction. However, even in our daily living, we can see the birds flying in the sky, the flowers blooming in different colors, and the vast universe, which we can spend our whole lives exploring. And so I can help, but thank God has already given us this fantasy world. We should cherish this moment and be happy with what magic we already have. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm 18. Today, my topic is what makes a good leader. A successful leader is not their study label, but their attitude and how they do things. A good leader, I think, needs 5 things: a modest heart, a desire to learn things, an understanding of other ideas, a way of doing things efficiently, and most importantly, you need a fair heart. Commander has done a lot of Toronto Raptors. When he wins a big prize, he doesn't act like he should win because he thinks he is not hardworking. This shows his modesty. Wu Baochun is the owner of a small bakery. He got a lot of experiences and he got #1 in the world, even though he was proud of himself. He went to Singapore to study for an EMBA. He also maintained a good attitude. I think it is worth to learn from him. When we discuss something in class, our class leader always listens to us, and I can always see a smile on her face. How gentle she is. She will class everyone's ideas and figure out the best outcome every time. Our class leader is a super good leader, isn't she? Our class leader does everything efficiently. She gets things done quickly. Every teacher likes her very much. To be a good leader, you need a fair heart. You shouldn't be a person who is bad to others. Our homeroom teacher has patience and is fair to us. No matter what we do, she treats us with respect. In a group, the leader is the most important role. If a group wants to work well, all the members need to work with their leader. So, how does someone become a good leader? To start, maybe try to demonstrate the 5 personalities I just talked about. Then, to be a good leader, you have taken the first step. Thank you, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about what fictional world would I live in and why. We can know what the ancient world looks like through the history, and we know what kind of world we are living now. But what kind of world will we live in a century after? Are you curious about the future world? Would it be like a fictional world in some movies you watch? The notion that the the road could be totally a different one interests me a lot. That's why I want to illustrate more about it from my own imagination of it. In our current world, the biggest problems we are facing are pollution and energy. We need fresh air, water, and food. But at the same time, people are producing millions of tons of waste, water, food, and gas. All of the waste materials pollute the land, the lake, and the oceans, where we live and rely on for a living. In the fictional world, people would lead a life just like the plants do. So, they live in a green world covered by plants. Trees, flowers, vegetables, funguses are everywhere. They don't need meat anymore because they can get enough nutrition from meat made from natural acids and extracts of plants. People could have clean water, air, and food. They don't need to kill any animals for food. Animals live peacefully in the forest, and they also eat plants, even flowers. There would be new species of animals in the new world. As far as energy is concerned, we know most pollution in big cities is caused by the use of petrol. In the fictional world, scientists have found new energies that can be got easily from the sun and the nature. The solar power technology and its devices are popularly used in home and the public. Houses are built with paint coating that can absorb the sunlight and change it into solar power. And cars will be made in the same way. So houses and transport tools can produce enough power to meet their own needs. The fictional world is a world which is friendly to the earth. People will lead a clean, safe, and happy life without any pollution or killing of animals. This is my ideal fictional world I like to live in the future. Thank you very much for listening.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My topic today is how to use social media to change the world. Social media is a digital tool that allows users to quickly create and share content with the public. 15 years ago, social media like Facebook was the new kids on the block. But now, social media has a great impact on our lives and can even change the world. Why? The answer is to share. Several weeks ago, when I checked my Facebook, I was stunned by a photo of an African boy who begged for food on the roadside. He looked so hungry, skinny, and depressed. That photo was posted by a man named David. David wanted his friend to share this post and hope someone can help that boy. As expected, 2 days later, relief supplies were given from countries all over the world. Did I do something good to that boy? Of course, I shared it. When we share the idea that they need to be taken seriously, we are changing the world's value of it. However, if we share something wrong, it might cost the world a lot of trouble. This year, coronavirus spread around the world. Everyone is scared of it. In March, I read a piece of news shared by my friends on Facebook. It was reported that a woman in Hsinchu got coronavirus, but she still posted around her quarantine. People in Hsinchu were all in a panic. Hours later, The news was proved false, but it already caused a great bad impact in Taiwan. Am I a catalyzer for it? Yes, I shared it. Sadly, I was one of the misinformation spreaders. From that experience, I learned that social media is like a war broadcasting center, and news spreads quickly on the social media by sharing. So, we should remember to be a good user. Think before we share. Thank you for listening.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, my topic is, what makes a good leader? A leader is someone in control of a situation, a group, or even a country. However, being a good one isn't a piece of cake. So, what makes a good leader? First, in my opinion, creativity is one of the keys to be a good leader. Take Donald Trump, President of the USA, for example. 4 years ago, fancy ideas kept coming out of my mind, like allowing one student to have one gun in campus, having no factories back to the USA, and making the wall between Mexico and the USA. No one had proposed these creative policies. There was a pioneering. That's why he won the election. Secondly, I think execution of policy is also an important element as a good leader. Popping up ideas or policies is one thing, but carrying them out is another. As for execution, Kim Jong-un is the most famous one that has to be mentioned. When he said North Korea had 20 to 60 nuclear bombs, several nuclear tests happened. When he said he had intercontinental ballistic missiles, and ICBM flew over Japan. And when he says there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 now, no reporters dare to report. Last but not least, a good leader needs to have confidence. The representative person is Putin, president of Russia. When he was young, he flew a fighter to the front line. When he was getting old and getting bold, he didn't choose to wear a cap. Instead, he took off his clothes and showed his upper body, riding a horse or fishing the river. His confidence brought him success in re-election. Creativity, but not impracticability, makes a leader unique. Good execution, but not autocracy, makes a leader persuasive. Confidence, but not arrogance, helps a leader succeed. Creativity, execution, and confidence, those are the traits I think make for a good leader. Sadly, it is difficult to find those qualities in the most influential leaders of this time. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today my topic is, if I had a time machine. Everyone wishes to have a time machine. A time machine can be used to correct a past occurrence or to foresee the future. If I had a time machine, I would travel back to the past and meet the following people. I will tell them not to do these things. First, I will travel back to September 16, 2020, and meet my favorite Taiwanese host, Alien Huang, whose nickname is 小鬼. Hey, stop working so hard. You should have your heartbeat checked more often, and don't stay at home alone. I like your shows a lot because they give me so much fun. If I could do so, maybe I would see him again on my favorite TV show. Then I will ride on my time machine again and fly back to January 26, 2020. The person I will meet is my favorite basketball player, Kobe Bryant. I will try my best to stop him from taking the helicopter. Hey, you should stay at home with your family. Do not fly to California. You are the person who brings me my basketball dream. If I could do that, I was able to see him and his daughter again, playing basketball on the big screen. Actually, if I had a time machine, the thing that I must do is to go back to May 3rd, 2010. What I will meet is my father. Dear father, stop drinking. Alcohol will really take your life away shortly in 1 year. I love you so much, so don't leave me. If I could do so, now my father and I will watch our favorite entertainment shows or NBA games together in the living room. However, the fact is that I don't have a time machine. I can't take back the life of my favorite host, my favorite basketball player, and my dear father. The one thing I can do is to seize the day and appreciate the people that I love. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'd like to talk about if I had a time machine. Have you forgotten or are you still afraid to remember when I watched the movie Detention? This sentence kept going on my mind. I couldn't believe that. The setting of the movie is in Taiwan, and the nation used to suffer so much from the bloody and frightening history. And then one day, in history class, the teacher mentioned a white era in Taiwan, a period when Taiwanese people lived pressure of being oppressed. In the class, I learned about the story of Chen Wen-chen, a young math professor who came back to Taiwan from the US and soon was found dead on NTU campus. I thought, if I had the time machine, I would go back to the particular history and dig up the truth and solve the mysterious case. On 1981 July 2nd, Chen Wen-chen was taken out by the police from his own house. According to history record, he was questioned by the officer for 12 hours. The police want to know if he was promoting Taiwan independence, show the country
And how about the truth? And I have the time machine, I will go back to the time. I will show the world the truth when I come back to. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today my topic is, what fictional world would you live in and why? If you could live in any fictional world, where would you choose to live? Well, if you ask me, I would choose to live in a world that is filled with handsome boys, magic, superpowers, and fairy tales. There will be many kings, queens, bad guys, and bad witches. I guess it would go like this. One day, I find myself stuck in the tower of a jungle. Then a handsome prince saves me. After that, we start to play in this fantasy world. That's when I suddenly realize I'm a princess. Not only that, I find that my castle is located on the beach, and the people there are all kind, friendly, and passionate. But suddenly, as I watch the beautiful view outside, I see a huge dragon flying towards me, and it captures me. I'm afraid it will eat me. I scream for the prince, "Help me, please!" Fortunately, it doesn't eat me, but it takes me to a witch. She tells me, "Give me super apples, or I will make the dragon eat you." I say, even if I wanted to, but I don't even know what a super apple is. So she takes me to the jungle and wants me find these things for her. I want to escape from her, but I can't find any chance. Where's the prince? Just as the angry witch is ready to make the dragon eat me, the prince finally shows up and saves me again. Being a princess is so hard. On the way back to my castle, I hear the sound, ring, 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 and I open my eyes. I'm lying on my bed in my bedroom. It's only a dream, and I realize it might be better to live in the real world. Thank you.
4:05的时候开始。